Hello ladies and gents, today we are going to do blindfold yoga. So hopefully no one's watched Bird Box recently. You might want to wait a week or so before you do this one. But if you haven't, that's fine. So what we're gonna get is either if you've got an eye pillow, one of the the sleep pillow masks things, what are they called? Those would be fine. Even a headscarf. I've got a headscarf which sometimes I use just something to wrap around the eyes. I've got a nice snood. Just to place over the eyes, something that's comfy, something that's not going to be too hot, and something that you can't see through. That's very important. I mean, most of the time you probably have your eyes closed anyway. The reason why we are doing this is because when the eyes are closed, our other senses are heightened. So our hearing, our sense of smell, our sense of touch. Also, it gives us an idea of how our proprioception is as well. So, for example, if you close your eyes and you go to put your finger on your nose, knowing where your body is really, really important in yoga. So if this is a new one for you guys, this is going to be very, very different, of course. If you've done it before, you might want to just notice how your practice is today and compare it as you go along to see the progression and see how much more confident you become in your body and your awareness of your body and your weight placement. So you don't really need any props, if anything, blocks, but you just need a mat, or you don't even need a mat, you can do it on the grass, on the floor, whatevs. So I will meet you back on your mat, blindfolded, in just a moment. Okay, so we're going to start in the middle of our mats. Pop on your blindfold. Oh, she says, slipped on my brand new fringe. Alright, so just make sure that you are comfortable, that your blindfold is comfy, that you're not going to have to adjust it. We want to be able to really zone out today. So let's start by coming into a child's pose. So rest the forehead down and just start becoming aware of your breath. Become aware of the sounds that are closest to you. So your breath, the beating of your heart, broaden that awareness and your hearing to the sounds in the near distance, so not too far away. Maybe outside, just outside of the space. It's important to allow these sounds into your practice as well. So we don't find ourselves resenting the sounds. They are there, and they are here. They are part of what we are right now. Completely united with everything that surrounds us. And start taking your attention into the real far distance, as far as possible. This can sometimes be a challenge if you have a sound that is a little bit more dominant in the near distance. You want to be able to move past that. Still listening out for something further away. That right there is our focused meditation on sound, being able to acknowledge and allow all sounds to pass into our awareness, or to move into our awareness, for us to acknowledge them but still have a focus on something elsewhere, noticing that your mind, when you are focusing on the sound, is completely present. So let's bring our focus back to our breath. You can do this for hours if you like. Even if you want to take the whole of this practice today in child's pose, that stillness that you create to find focus is just amazing. It's so good for you. Okay, we're going to come up onto hands and knees and just give the legs a little shake out. So come up and bring the knees underneath the hips and take a rock from side to side. Now this might feel a little bit different having both the eyes closed and having a blindfold on. There's one thing closing the eyes, knowing that you can open them at any point. There's another thing having them closed and just really having to visualize your body. So I'd like us to just gently sit back on our heels. If sitting on your heels isn't comfortable, then you can come down back into child's pose. But we want to be in a space where we can have the hands just to hover above the surface, so the hands can hover above the thighs or they can hover above the floor. Now I'd like for you to visualize your hands. What part in your brain, or what part of you knows that you have hands if you can't feel them, if they're not touching anything? So let's go inward a little bit and really feel the vibrations of your hand, maybe just your right hand. Focus your energy and your attention on the sensation of your right hand only, and then your left hand. Everything is vibration, everything is awareness, everything is sensation. Taking the visual aspect out of our practice allows us to feel the body and connect with the energy that is circulating within and surrounding the body. Let's just stay here for a couple more breaths. Remember to visualize your hands, visualize the sensation, not the way that they look, the sensation. Okay, and let's find ourselves back onto hands and our knees. Let's get to know our mat. So with our right hand, we're going to run our right hand along the outer edge of our mat, right from the top of the mat towards the back, so you might need to come back to kneeling. Just to run your hand along the long side of the mat, the right hand just to start with. Just getting to know where you are on your mat. And let's do that with the left. So running the left hand along the left side of the mat, so the long edge. From corner to corner. And the short side of the mat. So let's just start with both hands at the top of the mat. And just really feel that short edge. Again, using sensation to create that picture in your mind. And let's move to the back of the mat and let's see if we can just find the short edge, the back of the mat. This is a little bit more difficult because we're going to have to lean back and kind of twist the body a bit. And now let's see if we can use both hands to run up the sides of the mat. You might want to come forward into a child's pose as you reach both hands to the short edge of the mat and then run them away from each other to the top corners, so the top outside corners of the mat, and then start lifting up into kneeling as you run the hands along the long side of the mat. As comfortable and as far as feels good, you might need to just walk the hands back a little bit to the back corner. And start walking the hands back up. Maybe even trace both hands, so bring the hands together, or the thumbs together and the index fingers together, and just run the hands along one edge of the mat, doesn't matter. So remember, I'm just a guide here. You can do whatever feels good to get to know your mat. That's what we're doing at the moment, just a little bit of movement to create that spatial awareness around where we are. Alright, let's come up onto hands and knees, and we're going to do the same with our right foot. So we're going to take our right foot right to the back of the mat. So you might need to slide it back as far as you can, just to feel the short edge behind you with the toes of the right foot. And then run that right foot around the back right corner of your mat, along the long edge, maybe up towards your forearm, your right forearm, and then all the way back around. So we're just doing exactly what we did with the hands, running along the short edge and the long edge with the right leg. And let's take it onto the other side. So take the left foot back until you get to the short edge of the mat. Run it along the short edge, then to the back left corner. Where's it gone? There it is. And then bring it forward. Creating sensation of awareness to help visualize our space. Okay. We're going to take the right hand forward, maybe to the top of the mat, and then take the left leg back to the back of the mat. So the body won't be straight, depending on how tall you are, really. So just gonna just take opposite hand, opposite foot, and reach to the back, the short edges of the mat. Whilst you do this, keep drawing your tummy button towards your spine. Focus on the feeling, the sensation of the surface that's brushing along your body. Lovely. Let's do one more round, right and left. And then we're going to find ourselves coming back into a downward facing dog. Now this is where we want to take this really, 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 really slow. So just tuck the toes. Bring the bottom back to the heels. Inhale, come back to hands and knees, keep the toes tucked. Exhale, bum to heels. Find that stretch along the soles of the feet. And keep that going just 3 more times. So inhale to rock forward. Exhale, bum to heels. So we're keeping the knees on the floor. Just starting to wake up the feet a little bit. The feet tell us a lot as well. They tell us how the earth is beneath the feet. So let's just pay a little bit of attention to them to wake them up. Here's our last one. And then take yourself up into a down dog. So release the neck and see how the earth feels beneath the feet. How does the earth feel beneath the hands? We want to be lifting through the kneecaps, opening through the backs of the legs, strengthening through the shoulders, opening also through the shoulder blades. So creating that space. Okay, and we're going to walk feet together. So however you want to do it is fine. You do it in a way that feels best, but bring the hands towards the feet. Bend the knees if you need to. Your body will tell you a lot here of what you need to do to get comfy. And let's bring the hands onto the shins. Take a halfway lift, so bring the body up to tabletop position. The legs can stay bent. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, fold forward, drawing the tummy towards the thighs. Release the back, release the neck. Take hold of opposite elbows. And take a sway from side to side. Feeling the weight shift from one side to the other. Again, releasing the neck and the shoulders. Breathing. Lovely. From here, we're going to walk the hands up the legs. Push through the feet. Vertebra by vertebra, we come up to standing. No peeking. Okay. Let's take a breath in. Just reach the arms all the way up. Shoulders are soft. Breathe out, release the arms all the way back down. However you want to do it, through prayer or out to the sides. Again, breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathe out. One more, breathe in. And out. Lovely. Alright, let's bring hands onto the hips. And we're going to just pop the weight onto the left foot. And we're going to slide the right foot just along the right edge of the mat. So you just want to find that right edge of the mat. Now we're just going to, kind of like a pendulum, just rocking forward and back with the right foot on the right edge. And then swap sides to come onto the right foot. Left foot finds the long edge of the mat on the left. And just rock forward and back, feeling the long side of the mat. Lovely. And now let's just bring the feet together or just slightly apart. And you're going to just point the right foot forward, keep connection on the floor. So point the right foot, lift it through the left leg. And then slide that right foot all the way back behind you. Keep the foot in contact with the floor. Find your balance. Let's slide it forward. This is really challenging with the eyes closed. It's amazing how a real simple movement can change so much when we take the eyes away from it. Well, it's not amazing really, but it is amazing when you do it. You realise how much we rely on our sight, how much we feel like we're going inward when we're practicing yoga, but maybe we haven't been as inward as we thought. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a good way to just display to yourself where you might be when you're usually practicing. Let's do one more. You should start feeling that left leg firing up a little bit. Let's place the right foot on the floor. Let's place the weight into the right leg, lifting up through the right. And then we're going to slide the toes of the left foot forward, point the toes. Keeping the connection of that left foot on the earth, we're going to slide it back, taking it behind us. So just rocking forward and back. Remember to breathe, remember to relax the shoulders. Okay, let's do 2 more rounds. I feel like I'm definitely facing the wrong way now. Thought I was facing forward, then I came to the wrong bit of my mat. That's another thing. When I teach this class, when I'm not doing it, when I teach it without having a blindfold, everyone's always facing a different way. It's quite funny, so just knowing that it's completely normal. We just find our way back to our centre. Alright, set both feet down. Let's take both feet to the wider edge of the mat. So feet are going to be mat's width apart. And there we go, yeah, I was definitely facing to the left. Just so we can find out where the top of the mat is, or where we're facing forward. And let's just take some hip rolls. So rounding through the legs. Some nice clicks already. Keep the breath moving. And let's go the other way. Really get to know your body on a more intimate level through your practice today. It's a very personal experience, blindfolded yoga, and yoga itself is personal, but even more so with the way that we're doing it today, because we're going on feeling as opposed to what we might look like. Alright, let's toe heel the feet together. And we're going to slowly walk up to the top of the mat, but what I want us to do is to not pick a foot up and literally walk forward. We're going to just slide one foot forward, then step onto that leg, and then slide the other foot forward until we reach the top of our mat. So you'll feel the toes come to the top of the mat. And then just feel out for the corners, top corners of your mat. Lovely. Okay, so that's us going forward. We're going to do exactly the same going back. So keep the feet connected to the earth. You're going to feel your abs and your core start to fire up here. If you want to get a little bit more of a challenge to work through the obliques and work the top or the upper body, reach the arms above you. See how that feels. Maybe if you've got a block, you can squeeze a block between the hands above your head. Coming to the back of the mat. And we're just going to find the back corners of the mat with our heels. Oh, I'm definitely over more on one side than the other. Okay, we're going to turn to face the long left side of the mat. So the outer edge of your left foot is going to be lining up with the short edge of the mat. And then your toes are going to be hovering just over the long edge of the mat. So we're going to take some side steps to the top of our mat until we get to the top, until the right edge, the outer right edge of the foot meets the short edge of the mat. And then we're going to go all the way back. So making our way to the back of the mat. It should start feeling easier. You should start creating a picture in your mind from the sensation that's on your feet. Let's turn around. So we're going to turn to face towards the top of the mat, all the way around. So we're going to face the right edge of the mat. So we want to just shimmy the feet forward a bit. So the toes of the right foot are hovering over the long edge of the mat, and the outside of the right foot is lining up with the short edge of the back of the mat. So we're going to take some side steps left, up towards the top of the mat. Remember to keep the connection of the feet with the mat. So we're not stepping, we're not picking up the feet, we're sliding. Lovely, and let's take us back. Oh, am I there? Thought I'd be there now, but I'm not. there now. Cool. And let's turn to face towards the top of the mat. So we're at the backs of our mats facing forward. Let's just check where we are facing. So just take the feet as wide as the mat. Lovely. And then toe heel the feet together. All right, let's take a breath in. Reach the arms all the way up. We're going to take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. So we breathe out, we're going to lift the left wrist up and just take a reach over to the right. Drawing the left hip down, and we're drawing the ribs towards the hips as well, so we're not puffing the chest. Keeping the tummy tucked in, the bottom tucked under, and the knees soft. Let's come to centre, take hold of the right wrist, take a breath in. And breathe out, take yourself over to the left. Alright, let's come back to centre, reach the arms up. And as you breathe out, we're going to take a forward fold. And we're going to walk the hands down towards the floor. Take a halfway lift, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, start walking the hands forward, coming into a plank. All the way forward, nice and slow. If you need to pop the knees down, you can. Let's see if we can visualize the body through sensation. So having the shoulders above the wrists, so maybe take a rock forward and back through the body. Remember, you can pop the knees down if you need to. And we're going to take ourselves back to a downward facing dog. So let's take a few of those. So rolling through to plank, taking a few rocks forward and back, maybe side to side, and then back to downward dog. So I'll talk you through it, but if you want to just take it at your own pace, you can. So breathing into plank, take a few rocks forward and back. And then back to down dog. Breathing in, coming forward to plank. A few breaths here. Maybe take some rolls in a circular motion through the wrists. Knees can be up or down. And then back to down dog. Ooh. And let's do one more. Back to down dog. Lovely. Okay, we're going to bring the right foot in between the hands. So if you need to pop the left knee down and assist yourself through, you can. But bring the right foot in between the hands. And we're going to flatten the left foot onto the floor. So the back foot, your left foot is going to be on a 45-degree angle. So if you can imagine the top left corner of your mat, your left toes are pointing up towards that. Your right knee is going to bend. And we're going to slowly bring the hands up onto the right thigh. Lift yourself up into a warrior one. So before we move the arms, let's just square those hips. So if you feel that the left hip is opening out towards your left hand side, see if you can square it around, straighten the back leg. Find that energy running down the outer edge of that left leg. And then when you're ready, you can keep the hands down. We're going to reach the arms up. Drop the shoulders, arms are parallel, or you can bring the hands into prayer above the head. Take 5 breaths here. Okay, slowly we're going to plant the hands onto the floor, framing the front foot. Without lifting the heels of the hands off the floor or scraping the left foot back, we're going to pick it up and take it back to a down dog. I meant the right foot. I said left foot, I'm sorry. So back to down dog. And let's bring the left foot forward this time, in between the hands. Set the right foot down onto the floor. Square the hips, bring the hands up onto the left thigh, lift the body up. Remember your breath. Remember that alignment as well. So without looking, feel it. If you need to make adjustments, maybe you need to widen your stance, take the feet further apart instead of making it too long. If you're like me, you've got little dumpy short legs, take a shorter stance. And then reach the arms up. thank my mum for that, and her mum, and probably her mum before that. We've all got the same short little dumpy legs, but they are amazing because they allow us to stand strong, especially in our warrior strength here. So feel the power of your legs firing up now, but also feel the support of your core here. Without the core, we wouldn't be able to stand strong. All right, let's bring the hands down onto the earth, framing the front foot. Not letting the heels of the hands come off the floor, we're going to pick the left foot up and take it back to a down dog. Lovely. Okay, from here, we're going to step the right foot forward again, in between the hands. We're going to flatten the left foot onto the floor, and we're going to come up into a warrior two. So we want to imagine or visualize the right heel, so your front heel lining up with the inner arch of the left foot. And we're going to lift up to a warrior two. So our body is now going to be facing the left long side of the mat, or trying to. So if you want to have a little feel around, you can maybe bring your left hand down to the floor and just see if you are in line with the long side of the mat. Drop the shoulders, bend into the front knee, and we want to pull the front knee towards the baby toe of the front foot. Lift up through the groin, drawing tummy back into spine, energy running down the back of the left leg. Feet are evenly weighted. Try to imagine you're splitting the floor with the feet, but we're really pulling, we're harnessing this energy all the way through our torso. If it feels okay, look over your right shoulder, opening the arms wide. Lovely. Let's straighten the legs, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to reach your arm, so your right arm forward, shifting your left hip back, coming into Trikonasana, a triangle pose. So let's just start by bringing the right hand onto the right shin without dumping the weight. Crunch through the top of the body, so you're drawing the ribs down, rotate the heart up towards the sky. Our first option is just to place the back of the left hand onto the small of the back, maybe gaze up towards the sky. If you're feeling up to it, reach the left arm up. Feel your body here. Feel what your body does. Your body does this through yoga anyway, but having that awareness around it is, if this is new to you, is quite amazing. Sometimes what we take for granted. And let's bend into that right knee, come all the way back to a warrior two. And we're going to windmill the hands down to the floor. So we're going to bring the right hand on the outside of the right foot, left hand to the inside of the right foot. Pivot onto the toes of the back foot. And from here, come up to a crescent moon lunge. So the back heel is off the floor, the hips are square. We're lifting up. This is where balance can be a tricky one, and we're going to extend the arms up into the sky, keep the shoulders soft. 3 breaths, sink into the front foot, draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Here's 2, 3, bring the hands down to the floor, slowly and gently. Pick the right foot up, take it back to a downward facing dog without scraping it back. If you want, you can stay here in down dog, or you can vinyasa with me. So inhale through to a plank. Exhale, lower the chin and the chest down towards the floor and the knees. And then scoop the heart forward, take a breath into a cobra, point the toes. Breathe out, take a downward facing, a child's pose or a downward facing dog. If you feel that you may want to line yourself up with your mat again, have a little feel for where you are. recalibrate. Okay, let's meet in the downward facing dog. Tucking the toes. And we're going to bring the left foot forward in between the hands this time. Right foot is going to flatten onto the floor. We're going to come up to a warrior two. So back foot is in line with the short edge of the mat. Left knee is bending forward towards the baby toe, the left foot. Shoulders are dropping. We're standing tall through the crown of the head. Splitting the floor with the feet. Pulling up through the pelvic floor. Mula bandha as well. So just lifting all the way up. Finding that strength through that legs. Feel the legs firing up. The top of the body soft but strong. That opening of the heart. And straighten the legs. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, reach your left arm forward. So you're reaching the body forward over the left leg. Right hip's reaching back. And then rotate the arms. Come into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So remember that option. You can bring the right arm behind the back here. So we can rotate the heart up. Be mindful not to rest all of your weight on that left hand as well. Take 2 more breaths. Draw tummy button into spine. Bend into that front knee, come back into warrior two. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, windmill the hands, so the left hand is coming onto the floor on the outside of the left foot. Right hand is coming down to the inside of the left foot. Back heel lifts off the floor. Coming up into our crescent moon lunge. So push through the legs, push through the feet into the earth. Lift the body up, back heel is lifted. Nice and tall off that back foot. Reach the arms up. Left heel is wrapping back, right hip is wrapping forward. We've just got 3 breaths here. Be sensation, be awareness of sensation. Alright, hands come down to the earth. Take that left foot back to a down dog. Either stay here, take any movement, or come through into a plank for our vinyasa. So breathe in, breathe out, knees, chin and chest, down to the earth. Cobra or an up dog. Inhale. Exhale, take yourself back to down dog. Or child's pose. Okay, we're going to come into a pigeon pose now. So coming up onto your hands and your knees. Take a moment to familiarise ourselves back with our mats. So maybe just take a moment to just run the hands along the long side of the mat, maybe the short. Maybe do the same with the legs. And let's make our way into a pigeon pose. So we're going to walk ourselves up to the top of our mat. So our fingertips are close to the top short edge of the mat, just so we've got room to slide the legs back. So we're going to start by bringing the right knee up to the right wrist. Keep it on the floor. And we're going to open the right foot out underneath the body. So your right foot is now more or less in line with your left knee. And you're going to slide the left leg back. So we start drawing the left thigh onto the earth, not the right butt cheek. I'm going to just stay here for a moment and take your time to get comfortable. So if you're feeling this in the knee, come out of the posture straight away and take a child's pose instead, or lay on your back and you can hug a knee in instead. If you know how to do reclined pigeon, you can go ahead and do that one as well. But for the purpose of this video, without me being able to show you or having to confuse anyone if you're already upright, I will leave it out today. So maybe if you are feeling this, especially in your right knee, please come out of the posture and just come onto your back and give one knee a hug in from there. Let's take 3 more breaths. Maybe melt down onto the forearms. And gently bring yourself up onto your hands. If you're on your back, just stay on your back and swap the legs over. Anyone else, if you want to take a vinyasa, you can take yourself back to downward facing dog, or just take yourself back to child's pose, it's fine. And we'll vinyasa now, so inhale through to plank. This is all optional, remember. Exhale, knees, chest and chin come down to the earth. Scoop the heart forward, take a cobra or an up dog, breathing in. Breathe out, back to a child's pose or downward facing dog. Let's do that on the left side, so we're going to slide the left knee up behind the left wrist, open the left foot out from underneath the body, slide the right leg back, untuck the toes of the right foot, relax the bottom, and when you're ready, come onto the forearms. We've got around 5 breaths. Okay. Let's start coming out of this posture. If you would like to take a vinyasa, you're welcome to carry on, or come with me. Just slide onto your left butt cheek, swing the legs around so that we can sit with the legs out straight in front of us. So we're on our bottoms, and we're just going to slide the hands along the outside of the mat and just feel for where our mat is, or where our body is in relation to our mat, so we can get that visualization of it. Lovely. Okay, let's come on to our backs now. So our feet want to be just close to the top of the mat, and our bodies want to be pretty much central, so right in the middle of the mat. There's a little bit of room behind you, so your head isn't off the mat, but there's a little bit of room so you can straighten your legs out and your legs aren't going to dangle off the mat. So let's just hug the knees in and take a rock from side to side. And then set the feet on the floor. Okay, keeping the feet together and the knees together. Open the arms out, either to cactus arms or just out to the sides. We're going to just roll the legs over, so the knees over to the left and look over the right shoulder. If you feel that you may want to open the knees out a little bit so that right knee is close to the left ankle, that can sometimes feel really nice. Or see if you can bring both knees together without straining. And main thing, keeping the right shoulder blade grounded. Okay, come back to centre on an in-breath. And as you breathe out, take yourself to the right. And gaze over your left shoulder. And gently bring yourself back to centre. Okay, we're going to take Shavasana now. If you do want to take any other postures, please, of course, feel welcome to do so. Grab yourself support underneath the knees if you need that as well. If it's uncomfortable laying on your back, especially on the lower back, you can bend the knees just so you can support the lower back. We're going to bring, excuse me. We're going to bring the hands just onto the tummy, just to reconnect with our breath a little bit and just feel the movement. Connecting your heartbeat with your breath. And when you're ready, just release those arms out to the sides with the palms facing up. Let's take a moment to revisit where we started. Acknowledging the sounds that are closest to us. Acknowledging the sounds that are in near distance. And expanding our awareness further into the sounds that are furthest away. Breaking through those nearer sounds to tune in. And bring your awareness back to the sound of your breath. Becoming awareness as you visualize through sensation your body. You're not visualizing how your body looks. Maybe having a picture in your mind of the energy, different colours through the body. Maybe those grounded points, those points that are closest and heaviest to the earth, are glowing in red. Feel out for those spaces now. And the points just above those, close to the earth but not quite as heavy, glowing in an orange. Further along again, a warm yellow. moving into your heart. Any colour that you visualise through your heart space right now, without attaching any labels to a colour. The feeling, what colour does the feeling of your heart space in this area give to you? It may be pink, it may be indigo, maybe white, maybe red. They're just colours. They help us to visualise the sensation. You can maybe imagine as you're breathing in, the colour builds, and as you breathe out, the colour softens. Let's wiggle our fingers and our toes. Reach the arms above us, take a nice big yawn and a stretch. Ooh, excuse me. And then draw the knees in. Still keeping a blindfold on. We're going to come up to a seated position, so however you want to do it is fine, as long as you're safe and you're comfortable. Sitting nice and tall. If you feel that you may want to have a little feel around for your mat, you can do. Okay, let's reach the arms up, take a breath in. As you breathe out, guide your hands through prayer into your heart space, into Namaste. Thanking yourself for your practice, thanking yourself for going inward, for creating a more intimate practice for yourself. May be safe, may be happy, may be healthy, and may be peaceful. Namaste. Now to take the blindfold off, you're going to want to keep the eyes closed, especially if you're in a bright room. And just place the hands over the eyes and start blinking the eyes open underneath the hands. And then peel the hands away from the face, open up the fingers, and let the light flood back in. It's very bright. Thank you so much for your practice, thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this one. If you would like some more, please let me know, and I can do some more stuff, a little bit more movement. Have a lush rest of your day. Namaste.